Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I want you to stay tuned because at the end of this video, we actually drive this thing on the road and we take it to a car show and people are flocking all around it. The amount of fabrication that went into the floor pan, moving the steering column, not only did I have to shorten it, but I had to stand it up, move the pedal box. A ton of fabrication went into the floor pan, it went into the doghouse, the passenger compartment, and we just kept going on this thing. Both footwells all had to be rebuilt, and the work was just amazing. So take a look, stay tuned, keep watching, check it out. I know it looks like a big wad of spaghetti in there and it looks like a wiring nightmare, but the reality is that stuff just plugs in where it plugs in. I didn't cut the harness, I didn't change any of it. Once I started to get it to where you could drive it again, I put the doors back together. So once that was done, I could start building the footwells. But of course, cooling system's important, and that turned out really good. Here's a beginning look at when I first did those footwells. I think I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 hours just in the front end of this truck. So the amount of labor hours is off the charts. But it came out really good. And you know, when you drive it, it's nowhere near as loud or rattly as you think. It came out really good. Here it is, almost done. There was a little patch I did on the front with complex curves. And you know, I really got to get a planishing hammer one of these days. But yeah, take a look. Guess what those bumpers came off of? I bet you can't guess. Man, I really like the way that front one came out. Here's a look at that back of the truck before I cleaned up all the lines. I wrapped it around and covered up the step in the back so that it had some character. Here it is fully installed, new lights cut, patched, and yeah, I used a bit of rattle can to blend in the patina, whatever they call it, but it's because I didn't want to leave shiny metal. There wasn't enough of it on the truck. Taking a look at the interior, you see the overhead trip computer. We did get some lights. And everything works in here. Tilt, cruise, all of it. It's ready to go. And I eventually get it patched. Here's my buddy Dieter lending a hand into the wee hours of the night. How's it hanging?
My nutsack?
No.
It's hanging really good. You're asking how it's hanging, so I was just going to let you know I'm having technical difficulties again.
After we got those side panels on in place once, we started work on the floor. And the floor just seemed to keep taking days. I would spend 8, 10, 12 hours at a time and only have a short section of it because I'm kind of bending each piece by hand, and you know, eventually I'll get some good machines, but for right now, that's how we did it. And you can take a look. Here's the motor. That's a defroster tube on top of that. K&N, of course, you got to have that. No motor's complete without it. Here we are putting the finishing touches on it the day of the test drive. And out in the sun, listening to the motor, you start to get excited. Is that thing ready for a road test yet?
Yes, it is. I'm making it happen.
We're going to take it for a test drive. It's now legally plated, insured, and registered. We're going to take it down the road. We've tested it a little bit, but nothing over second gear. Just touched third for a second and slowed down. It is a big, floaty, massive thing, so it's not a race car. You have to be very careful, but come on along. We're going to do some in-car, and I'm going to have someone follow us as we take off in this monster. You want to know what it feels like to drive? It's freaking scary! This thing feels like the Leaning Tower of Pisa with a big engine under it. It's absolutely frightening. It's smooth though, it drives really good, it just feels enormous. It's pretty cool.
those scary moments. Oh, Jesus. Well, while he's doing that, we're sitting here doing this. It is a scary beast. It is cool looking in front. Definitely different. Here's our quarters, our captain chairs.
So how do you think it looks while it's on the road, seeing as you were driving behind it? What do you think it looks like?
Like it shouldn't be on the road?
Yeah, right. Was it like going back in time, or did you feel like you were following something from another planet? Because
I thought I was ready to hit the brakes because it was going to break.
it seems to be running really well. So let's turn both these monsters around and head them back. I would call this a success. Yeah.
You were going a little slow though.
I was only going 35. So we turned it around and pointed it back towards the garage, and we began preparations for taking it to the big car show. We have this enormous 500 to 700, and I know that's not real big, but those numbers are good for a local car show. And we got this thing ready after the test drive, and we took it to the car show. So keep watching. It's now. Here we are taking it.
What happened? As long as I'm not planning on, like, I'm gonna do things tomorrow. Breakdown?
Damn Durangos.
See, you took my advice. You put that there, didn't you?
What's that? Yeah, it's nailed down.
You screwed it down, you mean?
Yeah.
You're a plumber. You don't nail.
I screw everything down. I call this build new and improved with fewer drywall screws.
So if someone else.
Oh man, I have turned down so many offers for this thing.
What's up for auction, man? It seems like we're going like 2 miles an hour.
We're going 35.
Driving down that side street where you live, it was different. It was like shoo.
Yeah.
I guess we're following somebody we know.
Yeah, because we know we have a tow vehicle, you know? There's chains in there. If anything goes wrong with this, they turn around and drag us off the road, and then we deal with it. You tow truck or fix it or whatever.
And if that breaks down, we tow that.
We tow that. Gotta love them Coyote motors. I mean, to be honest, it rides pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm very impressed. You chose the right seats. They're kind of comfortable.
Seats are good. I'm in a good driving position. It's got good visibility, believe it or not. I can see out of all the mirrors.
Holes in the walls. It is kind of scary looking out that.
Yeah, don't fall out of it.
No, I'm not gonna fall out.
I bet it would hurt worse than wrecking out a 450. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure it will be a little bit of road rash.
Okay, I'm turning slow because I don't want you to fall out. I don't want to
I'm not
trip
drunk.
over.
Not sure.
Look, man, you gotta cut me some slack, all right? I'm sorry about your asinine behavior.
What was that all about?
He's been following behind and we're going too slow for his impatient beep. What side's the gas on in this thing?
Your side, Maestro?
Is this tall enough to get us in there?
again.
Ah, they're stopping. Holy shit, I'm scared. Well, the only looks we're getting are looks of sadness from people because we're going so damn slow. This is not a race car, YouTube.
Sounds good. Sounds like a race car.
It does. Kind of sounds like a race car. Yeah, it does. There's new metal on the back to cover up the corners. Were kind of going here and there, and you know. Right. We moved the filler.
Oh, Dave. Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, that's international.
He does the international pickup trucks, so he saw this on the road. He's like, come on, let's go do this. All right.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's gonna fit. I'm like, just by guess.
She probably hates her life.
It's probably working there.
Drink.
Yeah, but
So cool.
2 months later, in about 350 hours.
$8 zillion.
8 zillion. I like that number. $8 zillion.
I know the feeling. Wow. My father was an international dealer.
Really? Got any old memorabilia, shirts, hats, signs, any of that?
I don't have any of that.
What up, YouTube?
This particular car show is right in the heart of the Rust Belt, just south of Cleveland, Ohio, and it's also a giant slice of real Americana, real car guys. These guys, most of them built this stuff themselves. I mean, look at the craftsmanship. You know, floating around this big-ass parking lot today, there were a lot of mechanics, fabricators, talented painters, and guys that know their way around rusty junk. And the crowds that were looking at the van that we built, they were, I think, looking closely, taking pictures of details, things that only a wrench would know, because you know what? I bet they know where some of these are parked. And I bet they're looking at maybe doing one themselves, because they start to come out of the woodwork as they began gaining popularity. I'm seeing more and more now than I did 2 months ago. So it's really cool, and this car show ruled. We had a lot of fun. Hang on, watch us. We drive it a bit more.
It's kind of laid out.
So we just got back from the car show, and everybody's going. It was a huge success. Everybody loved it. I would say it was one of the hits of the show. People, every time I turned around, were crowding around it. And it drives actually way better than I thought. Once you get used to the high center of gravity, it's kind of fun. I left the doors open on the way home and just hammer down 45, no worries, no shakes. It's a little rattly, but hey, it's a tin can. So I want you to know this was a great fun build. There'll be plenty more. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share wherever you see fit. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.